What's the
Longitudinal.
yeah? There's another one getting in, staying in, and
And getting out. Is it part of longitudinal research?
you didn't know it.
I checked the limitations and I
No,
stopped.
there is another below the limitation. There is getting in, staying in, getting out, and then there's yeah, just below that.
But that is participant observation.
Oh,
So we go to longitudinal studies. That's another form of research method. For longitudinal studies, these are surveys that are carried out periodically over a period of time, rather than as one-off piece of research, like interview, like questionnaire, is a one-off piece. But when it comes to longitudinal research, that means this research will go for a long period of time. That means it's going to monitor even the live events of participants for a very long period of time. So it's not going to be concluded just now. It's going to be concluded after a long period of time. That's why we call it longitudinal research or studies. Is it clear?
yes.
So those that are involved in longitudinal studies are called the panel study, the panel survey. Those are the individuals involved in longitudinal research.
Participants, right?
The participants or the respondents. So most of the time, it's government that uses longitudinal research because they have that budget for it. Clear?
Mhm.
So I think you know what a panel study is now. The panel are the group of people that are involved in that longitudinal research. We call them panel studies.
Yes.
Then, what is the key requirement of a longitudinal research? The key requirement for a longitudinal research is that the respondents should be there. The respondents should be the same for as long as the research will take. They should be the same respondents for as long as the research will get concluded. Is it clear?
Yes.
So what are the strengths of longitudinal research? The first one, it shows how people's life changes over time because it's a research that takes a long period of time. It means that people would have changed with time, and you would understand how these people's lives change over time. That's the first point.
Yes.
The second point is about not just seeing that their life has changed. You will also understand what has brought about those changes. The first one is about you seeing that their life has changed over time. Mm-hmm. The second one is that you are not just going to see that their life has changed. You might possibly know why their lives have changed over time. That's the second advantage or strength. Is it clear?
Yes.
The third point, due to commitment of respondents, there's a possibility of getting valid data. So, and in such research, people, they know that they are being observed. They know that they are participating in a research. You can't do this for a long period of time without letting them involved or without them knowing. So because they know and they are committed to the time, they might give you valid data or valid information. Do you get the point? Yeah. Because they wouldn't have said yes if they know they cannot be committed. It involves commitment from the researcher and commitment from the respondent. So for you to participate in such longitudinal research, you would have committed yourself to it. And for you to commit yourself means you are willing to dispatch information that they would need.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
So what are the problems about longitudinal research? So the first problem is that it requires a considerable commitment of time and research over a long period of time. It's a long period of time. So it needs commitment from both the researcher and the participants. Yeah, the researcher might be there because that is what he or she wants to do. But for the commitment on the other side of the participants or the respondents, it takes time. They need to put effort. They need to put their time to it. Mm-hmm. You might not be able to get this. You might not get it concluded. Yes, that's the point. The second one is that some of the respondents might drop out due to death, personal reasons, or they relocate. You wouldn't stop them from relocating. Mm-hmm. You're making research about a certain group of people in Tripoli. But after 3 years or 4 years, some of them feel like they don't want to be part of it anymore. Some feel like they have outgrown such situation. Some feel like they need to move away from Tripoli. You wouldn't have any other choice than to allow them to go.
Yes.
So that means you might not be able to conclude it too. Clear?
Yeah.
And the third point about it is the third point. It might bring about often effects because the participants know that they are being observed. As a result, they might not behave naturally. They might form attitude. They might come up with different attitude that is not theirs. That's author effect or observer's effect.
Yeah.
So that's the problem about longitudinal research. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So we stop here. Longitudinal research.